Game room, game room, game room. If you didn't know, you probably wasn't supposed to until now. Welcome. Get up in here. We're gonna start right off the bat. This is the midweek breakdown. I want you guys to check your cabinets, check your pockets, check your wife's purse, check your kid's backpack. Let the world know that you want to be involved. Let your household know that it's your household. Let your neighbors know you watching them too. It's all right. They watching you watching them too. Don't be afraid to break down what you got building. Because if somebody knock it down, you got to remember how you built it. So we rocking. Come on in here. I don't know if we're gonna rock out, or I don't know how it's gonna go down tonight, or everybody gonna show up. And I don't care who don't show up. If whoever, call whoever. Salute to the Big Mac. Big Mac done stepped into the goddamn. That's what it's about, though. It's about we're about you. Now this is the game room, so I'm not really talking about just dogs. You know, the subjects can vary. Had a comment talking about, oh, you guys are talking like Fox News. Well, thank you for letting me know that we're talking like a Fortune 500 news broadcast system. I appreciate that. Good. Maybe if you have any game to give, this is where you step into the room and you say what you got to say. So started out, y'all know when I'm running this shit up here, I'm getting my juice. This is how we start this out right here. Women and children are off the table. Do not speak on any women or children when you come up in this situation of the game room. Leave them out of it, period. Okay? Leave all that childish talk about, leave that alone. Follow your state laws wherever you are. We do not promote or condone any illegal activity whatsoever. And you know what I always say after that, take care of each other. Now, APBT Radio. This is Buck City Situation, man. It's the platform. This is the brand new, the official. This is where it goes down at. Okay? Don't be afraid to pull up. Don't be afraid to get your chair. Don't be afraid to tap in. Because most of this world right now, it's about tapping in. And if you're not tapped in, then that means don't come knocking on the door later. Because we're going to make sure that we got everything in order. Okay? So we're going to put a lot of stuff in order tonight. We're going to put a lot of and it's not just the midweek breakdown. It's more than that. It's breaking your mind down that you can have some kind of satisfaction that shit's going your way. Some of you guys don't even care if shit's going your way. I want you to care about shit going your way. You should have some kind of moment. You know what I mean? Stop it. You're supposed to have one of them moments. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to have one of them moments where you look back and you be like, damn, that $100 bag of food, man, oh boy gave me the whoopty and I got it for $25. Okay? And that's just on the life circuit. Inside this game room, we want to make sure that somebody, hey, if you got your Cash App, put your Cash App in the chat. If you got any kind of thought of you want a new stud in your camp, or you're looking for a puppy, or this is where you put it in the chat. This is the game room. This is game time, man. This is put up or shut up, showtime, go time, however you want to call it, whatever gets you on to putting out positive energy. The game room is supposed to be that light, man. We're supposed to be able to push that somehow. So through the game room, through Buck City APBT radio, we're trying to push this game, words. We're trying to make sure that these words come to fruition and we can make some shit happen. Okay. So don't get down on yourself if you didn't start out good this week either. Don't get down on yourself at all. Be critical, be firm, but be fair to yourself. So now we're gonna break this midweek down. And if Mac in the chat, if you want to start, if you want to hit something out, you want to say, hey, let's start with this, that, we can start wherever you guys want to, because now we're gonna have to get down to the meat and potatoes, the yams, the gravy, peach cobbler, all of that. We got to start bringing it into the table so we can sit down and have a real Thanksgiving. Okay. I don't want you guys to miss out on all the good memories you're supposed to be having with your dogs. I don't want you to miss out on all the good memories you're supposed to be having with your family and your dogs. You know, I don't want you to miss out on being good friends with your butcher. Shout out to my butcher. I don't even know if I should say the name. I'm not even gonna say the name because I didn't talk to him like that. I was like, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to my butcher. My butcher just made it to the gas station. So now he got food at the gas station. Now he, you know what I'm saying? He just done leveled up. That's what game can do for you. We can level up together. This platform is a level. So let's try to level everybody up. Even when you get in the chat and you start typing or whatnot, let loose. Let loose. It's okay. So if I gotta say salute, I'm gonna just say salute to everybody. South Georgia Combine, I'm mad at you, man. Havoc, Lamont, you know, Monte come up in this motherfucker. Monte Grant said, cracking is cracking. You know what I'm saying? The South Georgia Combine, hey man. Life is life and two at the same time. Life is life. Okay. Salute to you. Growing with soul, man, come on now. You already know you from the land. So it's all love. It's all love. But I know we've been waiting. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Just call me on the back street. We're gonna talk on the back street. We're gonna get it done. Okay, let's break it down now. Let's break it down. Now, if you want to, I don't know if we're gonna drop the link early or we're gonna do it late, but it's game time right now. Let's just start with the food. Let's start with the food. And it's so cool that Growing with Soul stepped in and the food is on the. Hey, look, if they don't know about this, if they don't know, are they supposed to? That's what I'm starting to think. Like, if you really don't know, are you supposed to? Because the ones that really know, they know. So that's why I just said, as soon as we about to break this food situation down, Growing with Soul is with us. So, I'm just going, you guys know I'm in real time. So I'm just going to talk about my situation. I'm doing 30 pounds a week at the butcher, you know? So you can calculate that with 16 ounces per dog, and they're going to knock that down. You can knock that down to how much percentage per bowl. You could say half a cup, 2 cups. Make sure you're weighing what you playing with. Make sure you weighing what you playing with. If you don't know what you're doing, if you don't have no data, put it in your mind. Shout out to Mr. Garcia. He is a stickler on get your calendar out. Get your calendar out. That's why hopefully some of y'all went ahead got the calendar, the coloring book, and magazines. You know what I'm saying? Get the merch. This is time for the game to make a stamp. So we're trying to stamp this game with certain things, right? So with this food situation, that's my meat source. I'm doing beef. You know, one dude, he also looking like suet. Is it beef fat? It's beef fat, man. I'm cutting off some, you know what I'm saying? You can say half a teaspoon. Maybe you could even do a teaspoon of beef fat in a cup of water, put it in the microwave, let that go, and then pour it over the food. These are compliments to how your dog is going to be confirmed. You got to be able to at least break down the food you're giving them sometimes. I mean, and these are small snippets of what's really popping. You know what I mean? We're not going to take it to I do the 2 cups of rice, I do the 2 cups of kibble. We want to make sure that whatever you're giving the dog, we're not giving them stale food. We want to make sure we're looking at and washing the bowls and making sure no film is in the bowl. We want to make sure that you got extra paper towels. Wash your goddamn hands. We don't need the vid. The vid popped up, knocked a whole bunch of us down. The vid was nasty. Okay, and vid-19 was nasty. So we want to make sure we're still cleaning everything, bowl for bowl. Don't feed bitches together either. These bitches will lick themselves, and then this one bitch got this going on, and then she gonna lick herself. All of a sudden, this other one. You see, you got to make sure you're keeping a lot of your stuff separate. Each dog should have their own program. Each dog should be fed their food, not each other's food. Their food. My yearlings don't eat like my 8-year-olds. My 8-year-olds damn near eat like newborn puppies. You see how that works? I mean, we come from the womb only to return older like we just came from the womb. It's nasty like that too. But I want you to make sure you're checking on your food too. If you go to your butcher, let him know you're feeding your dogs. He might got something for you. You ain't even gave him the game yet. This is solid game, but you ain't even gave him the game on what you're doing. So communicate. I haven't done chicken for about 3-4 years. I snip up a little bit here and there, but my solid source is the beef and then the goat. I like the goat. I think the goat's got that. You know what I mean? And then when they eat that, even their saliva is more juicier. You know what I'm saying? When they're working out, you can kind of feel them, and when it looks like they're running hot, they really ain't. They're getting slick. So make it a priority to keep that train of thought of what it looks like. What it can be, what it can't be, what it is and what it ain't. Don't be afraid to try stuff. Don't be afraid to communicate. Because the food processing, it shouldn't just be kibble. It can be. Don't take me for anything else but myself. Ween Mune is Ween Mune. Couldn't walk 5 minutes in these shoes. You know what I'm saying? I used to, back in the day, everybody used to be a rapper. But the process of what you do, I just want you to listen to some of the stuff I'm giving you. Just like my puppy food go into my older dog's food. I got to give them a half a cup of puppy food. I got to. They earned it. If you got a dog 8+ years old, that dog is considered a senior. So what do? Do you keep stalling him out? Do you keep stalling him? Come on, Debo, don't stall him out. Don't do that. Give them some, you know what I'm saying? So they know that it's properly managed. The bowl you can manage a bowl. Meat source, water source, fat source, kibble source, okay? Vegetable source. You can go into that too. Shout out to Scratch. I want you guys to know, everyone has their own program. Don't listen to somebody and be like, man, I need to do that with mine, and then find out either you can't afford it or your dogs are allergic. My dogs are allergic to strawberries. I don't even want to test strawberries in my bloodline no more. Because I used to see every generation I try to see, okay, did this one, okay, there'd be two out of the 7, then there'd be 3 out of the 5. Oh my God, then they start coming back, and then I find out, damn, this bullshit, I can't give them strawberries no more. So you shut it down. But you know the data now. You know that is not something I want to put into the program. Or this line, you get to tell people that you have the data that, hey, don't give that one strawberries because you're going to have a little problem. Maybe a little itching, scratching. You'll see the little bumps. It starts swelling up a little bit. Okay, don't do it. So at least you have that info because you did do the additives. You did break it down where how was I feeding, did this natural source, there's a natural sugar. You can use honey. Honey is the best natural source to use. I'm talking about it. 1/4 of a teaspoon, almost a little drip drop, whoop, right into the bowl. The sugar source is needed. And these are things that I think of. I don't want nobody to be like, oh man, I don't. No, you just make sure that that's what you do. That's what you get to do. That's what you can do. Okay. Some use blueberries. Word. Some use blueberries. So don't be afraid, like I said, to enter these things in your feed. This is why you break down every so often, whether it's pups, whether it's mom, whether it's pops, whether it's grandpops, whatever you got in that order, make sure you know what is going on with them and their stomachs. Gut health is important. Deworming is important. At a year old, you got to deworm your dog. You don't know what he done ate. And this is another thing. You never know what these dogs are doing when you ain't watching them. There's some hard keeps out there, boy. There's some hard keeps out there, boy. They eat metal. They'll eat wood. They'll eat. If you got a plastic bowl, that bowl is half gone. You got to be careful on what you think is in that little baby's body, right? Because they are figuring out life too. They hitting on all cylinders, especially if you're pretty good with a certain kind of dog, and he's trusted you. You got that bond going, and you feed him. So wait, that sucker might be like, what else can I eat? What's good out here? This sucker that ate half a tree damn near, pulling roots out the ground. You like, damn, the root damn near gone. Is this sucker eating dirt? God. So no, you got to be able to say, you know what? How much can I do for this animal? How much can I give him until he sees that I've well-rounded his immune system? I've well-rounded his gut. How is he emptied? Is he empty good? His feces come out good, hard clumps, or not too hard, smooth, nothing runny. I try to tell y'all, look at and then you'll see how damn near healthy he is. Don't be afraid to get the shovel or get the rake and kind of mash it a little bit. Make sure ain't nothing crawling in that mud, because that's how you'll know. You have to keep up with these things because this is what kind of animal it is. See, the APBT is not your run-of-the-mill dog. It's not your everyday dog. It doesn't care about what you really think. It's doing what it do. It's doing what it do at all times. So make sure that when you do break down and you say, let me check him out. Let me worm him. Let me see. Hey, get the greens. Let's give him some green stuff. What we got? We got some peas. We got some chickpeas. You know what I'm saying? We got some. It comes down to, I need to let this dog's body enter the feed. You can always take stuff away, but if you've never given the dog certain food, then the dog has never gotten a certain kind of mineral. It's never gotten a certain phosphorus height. It's never gotten its white blood cells and red blood cells could probably be a little bit more functional if you give it something with more oxygen. Maybe cauliflower is the deal. Maybe lettuce is the deal. Who knows? But if till you give the dog something and you find out the data, don't be afraid to do it, because that's a part of you breaking down your program. Because when somebody asks you, well, what you feed, I like the Ukanuba, I like the adult, the large breed adult, that grande. I like that with the active, with the one dog on it, and then I like the Royal Canin with the medium, the puppy medium. I don't want the other one. I want the puppy medium, and then I'm gonna go with that Nutrisource, and that Victor. I'm gonna blend that down to dust. And when I get that dust, after I put all that other stuff in the bowl, and I get that dust, that's my kibble base. My kibble base is 4 bags. My kibble base is 4 different kind of kibble. 2 hard, regular kibble form. The other 2, I like to puree. I like to make my Victor and my Nutrisource dust. And I'm gonna go ahead and put that on the top. Bowl only got to weigh 1.5 pounds. Try not to give your puppies 3 and 4 pounds of food at once. Try not to let your puppy eat and eat and eat until it's so fat it just and it's squeaking. Let it adjust. Put the bowl down for 10, 15 seconds. Let it get in. Let it dig in. Let's see if it's chewing. Is he chewing? Okay, now he's chewing. Okay, he's learning to digest his food. Some of the feed that you give your dog, it's hard to digest, but they want to eat it right away. Give them a chicken breast. They damn near swallow the whole thing. They don't even chew it all. They bite it 3 or 4 times, and they're going to swallow it. Make sure that you're breaking down time frames into the feed too. That puppy shouldn't be sitting with no bowl and just eat. Now remember, this is my opinion. I get to have my opinion. If you got in a minute, you'll get to you can come up into the game room and spit your game, talk your shit. Okay? But for right now, just let me get this off. Walk with me. You know what I mean? Just walk with me. I only let my puppies, if it's communal and I got 5 or 6 in the bowl, well shit, let them rock. Let them rock. Fuck it. Let them rock. But if it's 1 or 2, we're gonna do intervals. When I see you get a certain full, I'm going to take the bowl away and I'm going to let you burp, little guy. I want you to burp, little guy. I'm going to try to hold the bowl up in the air so you try to stand up so to make him burp. Okay? Then once he burp, okay, now I know his digestive system has moved out the way. We got the air side, that air pocket, get in there and move that food back. Okay, now let's start again. And he'll start to chew again instead of the gulp and the gulp and the gulp. Watch out for your feed. Not just the feed that you give them, but watch out for it. Make sure that it's just not getting devoured. And then the puppy almost feels sick and he's like waddling. Same thing with our older dogs. Let me give you some game. I got a bitch with bad teeth. Fuck. She got bad teeth, y'all. She's up there. She's cut from that cloth, man. She's cut from an old cloth. You know what I'm saying? She's cut from an old cloth. And when I told somebody, yeah, she's still living. If y'all don't know, Beamer Jr., Dragonfire's Beamer Jr., you know what I'm saying? Some of that old nasty shit coming off that buck is that double bred nastiness. But those dogs, in this time and day and age, they're considered dinosaurs. We have to take super extra tender loving care with them. They're fragile now. They can't just run around in the snow no more like they used to. The nails will bust. They come in, digits all bloody. Those nails ain't hard no more. Maybe you got to up the calcium, add some cheese. Maybe some cottage cheese, maybe something that, give them some calcium in their blood, especially when they get to that age, because their feed has to be adjusted. So we got to make sure we broke all that down before with the puppy. Same thing with Granny. Grandpa, the same thing. Grandpa got half of his jaw, but see, I gotta watch how he chew because if there gets too much over there, if I don't clean it out, it'll start festering. You guys know how that fester. Oh, that you get that Uncle Fester up in there. Oh my gosh. How many dog? Oh, that Uncle Fester in the mouth. Open your dog's mouth. Open their mouth. Dude, look at their teeth. Something could be stuck. Do you know what a dog look, check this out. Does a dog have a toothpick he can go in and get some out of his teeth? F no. So try to make sure you break that down too. Like, let me go look at this dude's teeth. Something might be up in there. I got to check. Once you check, that's what that at least you'll know. At least you'll know. So I don't want the older ones to get left behind. I don't want the young ones to overtake the whole situation. But the feed is important, you know, and that's in real time. So I don't know what time people are feeding. I don't know if you're feeding every day, once a day, twice a day, uh, 3 times a day, smaller portions. Make sure your portions are what they are supposed to be. Don't be afraid to weigh your food. Don't be afraid to say, this is what I need the food to be every day. That will help you purchase food. That'll help you have a budget for your food where you say, you know what? I don't even need to buy 16 pounds. I can buy 9. And that third week, I'm going to flush everybody. So they're not going to eat meat on that third week. So they're going to, they're going to flush. We're going to make sure we check everybody. And then we start over the next week. Okay, so that means that 2, that extra 3, that extra 4 pounds, we don't need that. So don't be afraid to break down your feed and how it looks. APBT Radio, Buck City. Hopefully you done bought a magazine. Hopefully you done bought a shirt, some merch. We got Alex, my man Carter, that did the puppy book. Hopefully you guys went and got that. A lot's going on right now. But we're always going to try to bring you back to reality, where this ain't fantasy. We in real time. The dogs is real. The people are real. And the information is needed. Okay? So back to the food. Back to the food real quick. There is a youngster, that yearling to 2.5, 3 years old. Let's go. Pump it up. Pump them calories up. Let's work that dog. That dog should be in full stride. That dog should be burning calories. That dog should be burning fat. That dog should be working at a pace where from, like I said, from about 1.5 to 3.5 years old, it's work time. Let's see what your body can do. Okay, let's see if your conformation of your legs, do you run straight? Let's look at your gait. Let me see you walk. Let me give you the platform of maturity and say, okay, oh, let me look. Oh shit. Is he okay? He's kind of dragging that back leg. Now, if he's dragging a leg, that doesn't mean that leg ain't no good. Okay. If he's dragging if you see a digit that's got the hair worn on it a little bit on his front paw, because when he pull it forward, he drag it on the ground. That's it. That's his walk. That's how he gaits. That's his strut. Once you start learning what the dog is doing at that age, well, then feed him appropriately. Maybe he's getting too much food. Maybe he's too heavy. It's hard to find weights, and don't take this out of context, but it's hard to find your dog's weight at a certain age. I'll say it again. It's hard to find your dog's weight at a certain age. Okay. So somebody might say, that dog looked good at 37 pounds. And you put him on the scale, shit, that sucker's 39, 40. Okay. So let me feed him a little bit more and see if that's what it is. Is he? Are we looking at bulk? Are we looking at streamline? What are we accomplishing as we're feeding something in that middle range? Now I told you the babies, you got to kind of monitor that. You should really monitor your puppies. They should just be all fat and stubby and roly poly. That dog might not be able to be a top contender dog after it gets to a certain age because it's so full of shit. It's so full of food shit. Okay. It done got so used to snubbing its bowl down and blah, 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 scarfing. It doesn't have a control system. It almost has gluttony. You know what I'm saying? There's some puppies that I know, and I've done it. I put the bowl down, tired, let them eat. Come back. There's 3 that's just big as I don't know what. Then there's 2, they medium sized, and then there's 1 that's like he barely got any of the food. He couldn't even get up in there. That's that communal bowl. That communal bowl can get dangerous. But after you get down to single feeding and making the portion for the dog, period, you should be making the portions appropriately. I guess that's as best as I can say it. Just make the portions appropriately. No puppy needs to be gluttony and eating and just go to sleep in the bowl and he can't even walk, he took a shit sideways, he just laying on his side, shit just come out of him. That's not cool to me. You know what I'm saying? Let's make sure that we give that portion of food a better breakdown as the dog grows. That's just keeping the dog sufficient with its bones, with its inside, with its guts, with his empty, his inner, whatever you want to call it. We just want to make sure the dog remains equal inside itself. It doesn't get ahead of itself. Now there's some dogs with some little big old heads, right? Like I got one he's just chewing. That's all he want to do is chew. He gonna have a big old. It's already forming. I can see how big his head is getting over his body because he chews until he wants to go to sleep. That's what he's gonna be. Now his brother, he ain't chewing nothing. His brother don't want to work about nothing. His brother is humanistic. So he's like, oh, I ate good. He burped. He got down. He go back and go to sleep. These are characteristics that we see happening as the feed is passing through them. Because some of them just can't wait to go take a shit. That's really what it is with a lot of dogs. So if you're picking up 2 and 3 pounds of shit per day from one dog, I think you might be doing that dog's innards a disservice. A disservice. Yikes. Can you dig it? Because I don't know if that's... I don't know. Uh-oh, hold on. Okay, we back. Yeah, I don't know if that's a disservice. You have to be able to monitor and break down the feed. Now, if you're using supplements, make sure you write a letter to the supplement company. See, we got to get into this age where we're involved. Be involved. You got somebody making, human grade dog food, give them a call. Tell them you want to talk to somebody in the office. Tell them you said my dog thinks your food is delicious. Give them the data. This is why you take a lot of the data. This is why you break down a lot, because you want to be able to communicate inside this community that's already been built years and years. I mean, the dog community is huge. So if you didn't know, there's companies that are waiting for people to call in to support their food. There's a... No, I'm not even going to do that. I'm not even going to. I mean, but seriously though, how many people have ever called in and said, you know what, I've been feeding my dog this Eagle Pack, and salute Eagle Pack, great food, local distributor, and they always got good prices on their food. Their food goes down good. When have you ever just went and said, hey, Eagle Pack people, you got any coupons? You know what I'm saying? You spend all this money, go ahead and ask them. Same thing with if you buying Nutrisource or Pedigree or Victor or Royal Canin, ask these people, how do I get this food into my dogs at a better price? I can a better quantity. They used to say better bang for your buck. Well, you can't bang for your buck if you ain't got no data to go give somebody some game and tell them, hey, this is what's going on. This is my two dogs. This is what they look like on your food. Blase, Skippy, Blase, Skippy. If you can't kick that, well, then you need to go back to the drawing board and figure out what you're doing. Because you should be able to kick that game and tell these people how you've been feeding the dogs and what they're looking like. And do they like the food? How much food you go through. If you give somebody that data, I guarantee you there might be a pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. Because these companies want to know. These companies need to know. On a person by person basis. They don't need to know Skip and Susie's motherfucking everyday lingo for the last 14 years. They don't care about them no more. They want to know about Bob. They want to know about Chanel. They want to know about Dante. They want to know, you see what I'm saying? They want to know about everybody now because the market is economical. The market has become economical. Dog food? Man, they said that, and I don't want to down Victor because I don't care who owns I don't care what the food. I'm doing my own stuff with the food. But I remember when Victor changed over and everybody was like, man, I ain't buying Victor no more. And it's like, that's what we said when the company that had it before. That's what we said about them. So be careful on what bandwagon you jump on when it comes to this food. When it comes to feed and when it comes to what you're breaking down in portions that you're giving your dogs. Are you giving it brown rice? Are you cooking the brown rice? Are you cooking the brown rice in tap water? Are you using tap water? Do you have a filter system on your tap water? This is how we go back and we start breaking stuff down. This is how we got to go. It's not going to go the way you think it is. It should go the way you would like it to. I'm going to say that for the game again. It's just supposed to go the way you would like it to. And how you make it go that way is you press the buttons. You choose the buttons to push. You choose how hard to push them and you choose when to push them. So that goes for the butcher also. Go talk to your butcher. Go send an email. We got these emails. We got computers now. You can easily send an email. Hey, send me some coupons. They're going to say, you think a company ain't going to send you some coupons to buy their food? Stop it. Don't you think they got coupons they only send certain people? Stop it. Don't you know that they got coupons that they don't even put out to the regular community? They just got these other coupons. Stop it. So grab a hold of your situation and try to make it your breakdown on what you think is good for your dog's bowl. And keep that bowl clean too. Don't bullshit yourself. Don't bullshit yourself. That bowl needs to be clean. I don't care if it's once every other day. You need to clean your fucking bowls. Don't act like that bowl ain't supposed to be clean. Don't think that, well, he look it clean. That is not clean. It's still dirty. And wash your damn hands. These are the processes of what we are. And I don't want to beat a dead horse, but it's up to you. If you ain't got no game and it's your turn to roll the dice, you won't know how to collect the money even if you win. So I need you to really feel like you're playing the game. I need you to really know that the game is for you. The dog is almost a prize. If you get a good dog, you won. He don't know. He's good himself. He really don't even need you. This is an experiment to him. He's a test rat to you. So if you're the scientist, at least have the good ethics. And I go over all that in the other one. But there's just things that when it's time to eat, make sure the feed is rocking. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody, and this is just for everybody. Don't nobody ever go hungry if they ain't never ate. So you got to make sure that he gonna be hungry tomorrow. And I'm gonna do this to feed him, and I'm gonna do that to feed him, and I'm gonna put this in there, and then I'm gonna keep track of what I'm doing. Shout out to Mr. Garcia, because he said that's the best thing you can ever do to a dog is keep it consistent. Keep your program consistent. Because what's going to happen is you are the benefactor. See, ain't it crazy? You do all the work, you put all of it. The dog will handle his business, and then you get all the credit. Somebody walks up to your dog. Oh, he looks great. You get the credit. Be official. Be official. Now I'm not sure if and think about this. I'm not sure if kibble is the last stage for dog food. Now check this out. This is what I mean about that. They are working on hydrated. Okay, hold on. They're working on hydrated. Well, I'm not even gonna go down that route. But make sure that you stay up with what's going on with dogs and their digestive system, and the breeder who breeds the dogs and what they feed. I'm a stickler at saying, okay, whatever that person was feeding them, either you're going to keep that dog on there or get that dog off ASAP. ASAP, don't wait. Don't act like this is you can roll the dice with a baby or a dog or an older dog or a younger dog. Have the program solidified so you know what you're going to do as soon as you get the dog. Now this might not be even on topic, but don't feed your dog table scraps. Okay? Not table scraps. And when I say table scraps, don't give it no Wendy's. Don't give it no McDonald's. Don't be giving, oh, here, just give her some fries. Don't do that. Don't do that. And this is just me. This is my opinion. Okay? But if you're grilling and you're grilling some steak or you're grilling some burgers, before you cook that one meat all the way through, go ahead and cut some of that off and put that aside. Put it aside. Don't just throw it to the dog right off the grill. Here's right off the grill. No, put that aside and let's break that down. Now, let's break that down. So I just cut a half a burger off of a grill piece burger that's got on the grill. It's about semi-raw. Let's just say it's semi-raw. It ain't even got no crisp to it or nothing. It's semi-raw. So I took that half and I took it back to the kitchen. And what did I do? I mashed it up, put it in a bowl with a cup of water and let it sit for about 15 minutes. Went back, washed up, went back to cooking. After that simmered for a minute, now it's cooled off, it's in the water, it done got soft. I'm gonna go ahead and put half a cup of kibble on top of it. Word. Then I'm gonna, mix that around, let that sit for a minute. And then I'm gonna put another half a cup of water on top of it. And then I'm gonna give it to a female. Okay? I believe females need that beef and water and kibble. I believe that for a female. Just trying to fill them up. Try to keep a bitch full. Try to keep a bitch full. But that's just a scenario of don't give a dog table scraps. Put it aside, create something with it, make it a portion, and then feed the dog. Because, I know somebody that threw something on the ground for the dog. And this dude threw it by a piece of shit. And the dog ate the shit and the fucking hot dog. And I'm like, oh, man. You're not helping that dog at all. You're almost killing it. So we got to be real when we start looking at why we do stuff. And then what's even crazier, I think they fertilized the ground like 2 days before that. So why would you throw, and this is why I say don't give your dog table scraps, because you'll end up throwing, it's almost like it's a reflex for a human to throw a dog some food. Some dogs can catch. But the ones that they'll let it hit the ground and roll around in the dirt and that's not that's not healthy. I don't want my dog to feel like they had to eat whatever and just to get what I gave them. That's not fair to me. But these are things that I just want you to break down. That's the food. Uh-oh. The chat ain't even going wild. I'm sitting up here drinking.
The chat.
The chat ain't going well.
What is going on in the chat? What's up,
Buck City?
Optimize, Petty Rob.
Where are you?
Behind enemy lines. Jermaine Jackson. Growing with soul. What up, brother? Aunt Grant. South Georgia Combine. Havoc in the building. Salute everybody. Smash that like button. You know what it is. We in the game room. We ain't immune. Cooking up for y'all.
Whoa.
On this Wednesday. We're just recapping the week, just kind of the midweek, break it down for y'all, and check out the commercial. This ain't just a magazine. It's a movement. The American Pit Bull Terrier. Real dogs, real yards, real history. From legendary bloodlines to modern breeders, keeping the flame lit. Yard spotlights, breeding knowledge, controversy, culture. This is for the ones who walk it like they talk it. No fluff, no fakes, just dog man, dog woman, and dogs. Grab your issue now, support the culture. Because the legacy don't live online, it lives in print. Yo, John Kramer, what up, brother?
Yeah.
What's going on? You still cooking, Wayne? What's up?
Well, you know how it is. We just tapped on the feed. I didn't go into too much, but I think people got enough game to hear the game that I was trying to give them, that they can feel what I just gave out. There's all kinds of and I say it all the time. There's all kinds of lanes. There's all kinds of lanes, whatever lane you in, but you have to take a hold of the lane you're in, and you got to control the car. You can let Jesus take the wheel, but if you crash, you're the one that's going to die. So don't be afraid to take a hold of this game. Don't be afraid to, go ahead and look at the bags of food and look at, hit the butcher. These things is that's what they there for. You know, that's what they there for. And I think a lot of people just don't want to use the game they get because they scared. They scared. They'd be like, man, I don't know. They got coupons? What coupons? Yeah, they get coupons. What are you talking about? Are you spending full price for everything? I can't do that. I need coupons. That's what they make them for. So utilizing game is 10 times harder than just receiving it. You know. So I don't never push nothing on nobody, you know. This is a small world. You know. A lot of people are okay thinking small. Once you start thinking big time, shit goes better. You know what I'm saying? Shit goes better. I remember you talking about shit, give you just a little and you gonna make a lot. You feel me? That's how you got to be able to cook up that chicken.
The story of my life.
Yeah, you can't be worried about, well, I'm waiting until I get a big bag. No, that ain't gonna happen. You got to be able to cook what you get. And it might be the scraps. So if you can cook the scraps,
the big stuff, you know.
Yeah, you cook them scraps, you good. But this is it done got, and you know, and I hate to say it, most of these young bucks that are coming in the game right now, they're coming in strong. They got a couple dollars. You know what I'm saying? They got a crib. They got stuff that some people didn't have back in the day. But the best thing they got is this information. And they got to utilize the information. They got to. You know, shout out to my wolves up here in Minnesota, man. It's a little crazy up here, but we holding it down.
We got some backstreet feed, some questions for the chat, questions for the panel, back feed. Hold up, let me go ahead and grab it. Appreciate everybody that text me on the back street with questions and whatnot. So give us it just gives us overall more content. You know what I'm saying? I'd be glad to put it up on the, if you guys want to super chat, you know, that's cool too. But in a perfect world, getting breedings done can be easy. But when you have a psychotic dog, breedings can be difficult. So let's if we can just kind of go through some things that maybe we have problems with certain dogs, their characteristics and things, and maybe a couple ways to kind of outsmart the dog. That's how I call it, to maybe get them to focus on breeding. You know, this is, in my vision of this, is gonna be a dog that is crazy fight happy. You know, he's he wants to take off on anything. He back the female up, and you know, all of this, you know. And you know, that could make it difficult, definitely. So especially when you're by yourself or you got one other person, you know, sometimes just two people ain't enough. You know, I got a lot of breedings done I could brag about by myself, but sometimes it could be difficult. It could be dangerous. So you guys in the chat, you know, we got anything, we'll just pop it up on the screen. If you guys want to call in, or me and Wayne could just kind of, you know, chop it up about this topic just for a little bit.
Yeah, perfect world. That's a good way to start it out too. In a perfect world.
Yeah. Everything could look easy. You know, the dog's in heat, you wait the days, and then it's time to boogie, and you got this crazy ass dog that doesn't want any parts of breeding. You know, he just wants to latch on to something, and you know what I'm saying? He wants to get it going. I mean, it's obvious, his behavior, and you know, it's just not gonna work. So what's some of the things that you dealt with, and how'd you overcome some of these obstacles? What we'll talk about.
Well, shit, you know, that estrogen Yeah, you know, there's some dogs that their hormones are just unbalanced. You know, we have to just say kind of the root of the science. I don't like to talk about science too much because you know the hormones is they're driven by so much. You know, in a yard accident, I had a boy who he got his muzzle kind of nipped on, right? So his maybe that scent of a female wasn't the way it should be in his nose anymore because he, like you said, he was just ape shit about it. You know, he didn't want to have no part of where he should be smelling. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're supposed to be sniffing the back end. You know what I mean? Instead, he's trying to face off and he giving that. You know, he really throwing the brisket at her instead of throwing the. You know what I mean? So I had to say, you know what, maybe that sucker's nose is off, and you know, I had to say that's what it was because that's what I could visually see. I want people to take visual estimates. Like I gotta put this in there because I can see that nose is bad. Maybe he don't want to use it the right way. You know, maybe that's it. So yeah, I did encounter that with or I can say that there is a equilibrium for the estrogen, you know, or the testosterone and the you know what I mean? Like the science of a dog is still yet to be all figured out. Nobody has a test where they can say, hey, your dog is level. You can't take your dog to a vet and they're going to give you some test and say, oh, yeah, he can breed. He's good. You're not going to know that until him and that bitch meet each other in the yard. And if that bitch is a certain way, she might be just as furious about something running up in her. So, you know, there's a toss up between, is it science? Is it, you know, experience? You know, even with some of, you know, I like how you said, it takes usually more than one person to handle business, you know, if you're really handling business, because that's a safer way to do it. I would suggest that that's a more natural way to do it. One person helping with one dog, the other one with the other. You know, teamwork make the dream work, you know. But in our cases of the American Pit Bull Terriers, sometimes to make our dreams come true, we got to go through the nightmares first. And some of us have had to go through some experiences where that psychotic dog taught you more than the dogs that were just regular dogs. That psychotic dog taught you more about yourself and how bad do you really want this? How bad are you willing to, you know, what are you willing to sacrifice to get this done so we can see the next generation and its offspring and what it can produce? You know, that psycho dog is maybe your key to figuring out if you can be a part of this game. Because it ain't because in a perfect world, like you can see on the screen, in a perfect world like that, dang, where's that world at? I don't know. So I bet on the psychotic dog and the psychotic situation, so the episode and the experience can be full. I think that gives you a full experience, especially if you got a male who that sucker just won't calm down. You know, we got a couple in the camp that just won't calm down. You know, shout out to the situation, but when you run into these so-called psychotic dogs, that's kind of what we love too. You know, that's what we love about. You know, will they make another one like him? Can you get it done? with him? Or did you beat your match? I know there's been dogs that take people out the game because they met their match. They weren't willing to go that extra step, that extra mile, that extra leash, that extra muzzle, that extra collar, that Tylenol, that Benadryl. Settle him down, waterlog him. Give him as much food as he want to eat right now. Let's get him to that point where he's manageable. Some people don't want to take those steps. So that's a tough one. I'm a natural breeder. So if the male and the female get to banging a little bit, that's what they need to do. That's healthy. See, nature gets to sort itself out. Mother Nature's never wrong. So for me to put two dogs out in the yard, a male and a female, and they get at it, and I punish one of them for getting at it, to me, that's retarded. I'm not going to punish either one of them. Let's try it again. Don't stand them off either. Walk her over to there, then we're going to walk him up slowly. As soon as you get about 3 or 4 feet, just let his leash go. I'll let her go. And then let's see if they go ahead. But if they keep banging, then you can get to the science. Who's hitting who first? Who's fucking this up? Or is this mutual? Because we don't speak dog. So did this bitch tell him what he didn't like, and he already said, "Oh, I don't care. I'm gonna still smack you up." You know what I'm saying? Like, these are things that we have to be open to. So the psychotic dog could be the dog who's really trying to check a bitch, like, you're gonna do what I say because this is nature and it needs to happen. And I need to make sure you're the best bitch you can be. I know that sounded wrong.
Hey, boy. boy. Hey, that's your method. I mean.
Hey, I got to see, man. This bitch take off running. Hey, I don't know if I want to, but she run off and leave my kids. Shit. I don't know. It's dangerous out here. But these are the evaluations that have to be taken. Excellent. I just like how you said in a perfect world, that killed the whole game, right? That's the game right there. He just gave y'all the game right there. That's the game. In a perfect world, you're supposed to be done already called cracking and got a dog and started the process and listening to the info and following the strategy. That's in that perfect world. I'm gonna take that too. That's like when you said go make a G quick. I'm taking that too. Because most of and this might be for the older generation, and I ain't gonna lie. When you guys get to your 50s, you'll feel young again. You'll feel like, damn, I was out there running and gunning. I had a couple psycho dogs, and now I wish I could go back and grab that one and be like, I'm gonna do the work to get this sucker to mate. Instead of, that dude is crazy. I can't keep fucking with. I'm wasting time with. I was making excuses with a couple too. I did. I made excuses with a couple instead of saying, you know what? Hold on. Let's get this situation done. Because that's a part of the game. What if 6 bits? What if 6 bits? You know what I'm saying? Big Clemmy, what if Clemmy had to be able to breed 6 bits? He's like, well, he'll bite you. He's gonna bite you. Well, fuck it. I don't care. I need puppies from this dog. He's one of the best in the game. Shit. What if they had to say, no, we ain't getting no puppies off him, man. He'll bite you. Well, man, fuck that. You're gonna find out where you fit in this game. You're gonna find out what you made of. Because these dogs, I tell you what, some of these dogs they so godly sent that it is that dog that like he said, that psychotic dog. how you gonna get over with him. Not the dog that you bonded with, he's cool and all, he's good and he does what you say. Nah, fuck all that. What about this psychotic dude where his prey drive is off the charts? He could care less if it's a puppy, female, older dog, younger. He doesn't care. He understands that he is top of the food chain. He's the one that gonna kick that, and he don't play. What are you gonna do with him? That's high power. That's really high power. You know, sometimes that's how I'll be trying to tell you guys. Go back and listen to the master classes. Go back and listen to the old Buck City, because he's still on y'all's ass about y'all should know this shit. You guys should have examples of this shit. You guys should have experience in this shit. So where's your info? Where's your fucking data at? This platform is still here for you. He's still letting you give up the gift. But the game has to be laid. The game has to be utilized now. We should have at least 3 people out there right now that say, you know what, I got one. And I can let you hear him, because I got one right now. If a bitch was in here bleeding, he's screaming. I can't get on the internet. I got to put him out. I got to take him back to the lower yard because he's screaming.
You know why they don't got the info?
Talk to him.
They buying dogs from people that don't even like them. The dog that you buying the dog from, motherfucker, he won't even have 5 minutes to talk to your ass unless you would have spent that money. If you wouldn't have spent that money, that motherfucker wouldn't have nothing to do with your motherfucking ass. Okay? You see what I'm saying? That's why you don't get the info. Right? It was a wham bam, thank you, ma'am, when you bought your dog. You ain't talked to the motherfucker since. He don't want to talk to you. You feel me? That ain't no relationship. Then we get up on here and try to glorify this motherfucker. This motherfucker don't even answer your goddamn call. He don't even know your voice. Okay? You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And we think we buying a dog and this building this relationship and shit. That motherfucker wouldn't answer the phone if you didn't buy the dog you got now. He ain't just gonna fuck with you and screw you up. You see what I'm saying?
That's solid.
We just try to give you a different view. I try to be who I never had. I try to be that good mentor that I never had. You know, I try to be, you know, that energy, you know what I'm saying? Just thorough. You know, that's what it is. Yeah. And I'm gonna win in the end, and you're gonna see that being solid is always win. Yeah, the fuck shit, that's trendy. Trendy shit is gonna get trendy from time to time. But I will guarantee you this, that cream always rises to the top.
Word.
You understand me? So
Word.
We're just gonna keep at it, man, and we're gonna win. One of these days, we're gonna fucking win. You're gonna see, like, okay, it's clear that they are winning. Yeah. You feel me? So get on in, man. Get your dog tag. You know, we're gonna have dog tags, you know.
Exactly. We're gonna have our own trophies. We're gonna have our own ribbons and shit. We're about to have this all, and that's what it comes down to. You know, just like you said, the man who sold you the dog wouldn't give you the time of day if you didn't give him that bread.
Don't even like you.
God.
Oh yeah, now he talked to you because you spent your money. But if you didn't have spent that money, okay, he wouldn't have nothing to do with you, bruh. See that.
Yeah.
He don't give a fuck about you. He probably don't give a fuck about his dogs. He just know that you're a dummy. Chasing
Got
a
him.
Motherfucking
Exactly.
pedigree.
Got him. That's right.
You know you a dummy chasing pedigrees. So let me keep these damn dogs around because I know there's more dummies around.
That's right. Clicking live clickbait. Live clickbait. You know.
Hey, the old timing dog man told me that it seemed like I had a problem with the unethical shit and the mediocre shit. So he told me, he said it's simple. He said, man, where there's fools, there's money to be made.
Yeah. All day.
You know? So
all day.
I ain't gonna worry about it.
Small story. Short time. Shout out to short time. Amy Cap was coming off of that Andy Cap stuff, right? And Desert Warrior, a bunch of dudes got together and was like, man, y'all gonna get in trouble. And this is in my retard days. They were like, man, y'all gonna get in trouble. But the puppies were so hot. They were so energetic. They were so just, I was overwhelmed. My kennel partner was overwhelmed. Until the old man told us this. He said, you guys got a chance to have some real great dogs. If you just listen to what you're doing, pay attention to what you're doing, and don't do too much. So if you guys don't know that's just that little advice from him, somebody who had grand champion, you know what I'm saying? Like this is how it used to be. This is old. This is far removed from time of today. But the person who created the best dogs on this line, if they tell you something, how can you deny what they're telling you? If the person who's been dealing with these dogs from day one, how can you deny that person's information? They're trying to assist you. You don't have to take it though. That's the same thing with this platform, man. This is why, I'm an older dude. I ain't got time to be on here talking to you weirdos. You little niggas is out here bullshit. You guys need to be out here going to school, taking better care of your family, being better fathers, being better brothers, being better homies. That's what y'all need to be doing. Be a real wolf pack leader. Quit bullshitting yourself and thinking, well, I got me a one-time winner and I got this and you ain't got a goddamn pot to piss in. You ain't got no insurance for your car you're probably driving. I need you guys to pay attention to the real game that's in your face. And it's not just the dog. The dog you guys be using as a front. Trying to act like, whoa, blah, blah, blah. And then you guys got the nerve to talk about Tom Garner. You got the nerve to talk about Mel Kent. You got the nerve to talk about people who've been in the game for year after year after year after year. Learn to look in the mirror and find out what information has come across your motherfucking ears that you needed to hear. You probably missed something. If I tell you guys, go back and listen to the master classes. Buck City spun the block for y'all. I'm going to tell you guys that every time. He spun the block for y'all. This information is not going to come across your table because of somebody else. Check this out. The story in point. The last one we had. Go back and look at the. You know how you guys got the things after. What are they called? The comments. The comments after somebody said, "Oh, you guys sounded like Fox News." Well, thanks for telling us we sounded like a Fortune 500 news broadcast system. Thank you. That's a compliment. We got to take the game for what it is. Play the game right, you guys. Don't think that you're buying a dog and all of a sudden you're going to have something good. You're buying into somebody's systems, and you're buying into somebody's systems hard work. And if that person didn't take time out to say, hey, every Saturday from 12 noon to 3 p.m., you can come fuck with me if you bought a dog from me. Come fuck with me. That's what we do up here on Hilltop. That's what I've been doing for the last 13 years up here. Shout out to South Georgia Combine. Pull the truck up anytime. Pull it up anytime. You see what's up. So I don't want you guys to lose out on good memories. I don't want you guys to lose out on good experiences. Like I told you, I got a public yard. You guys, I'm right down the street from one of the biggest nature centers in the state of Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been with the DNR. I worked for the DNR for almost 4 years. Like some nasty shit, man. So this information that we're kind of giving you, it's a little bit on topic, a little bit off topic. But it's game. It's official. We don't want you to lose. A master is only good as his students becoming masters. A master is only good as his students becoming masters. Damn. Buck, man, hey, Buck City, I ain't gonna lie, man. I got phone calls coming through. I got to. There might be
Hey
an
man, you
accident
cooked, man.
on the
You
lower
cooked.
yard.
You cooked.
Dang,
Cook
y'all.
it
There
up.
might be but y'all listen to the game, feed into the game, learn the game, be appreciative to the game, because when the game passes you by, you'll be salty that you missed it. But keep it a buck. Buck City, I'm gonna catch you on the back street, baby. I gotta get going.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Freedom risking. I got 2-3 hoes. They gon' get it done. This they zip code 99301. They hit PP loans, so meant for moving O's. They in Section 8, probably never own a home. And I get it in Yakima 98903. White bitches smoking, she gon' die about me. 98904, she my 304. 98908, that bitch train to go. Tri-Cities, LA Fitness, I be moving weight. Get your head off, take it off my plate. And them blues got me in a mind state. I got clientele in the Tri-Cities, LA Fitness, I be moving weight. Get your head off, take it off my plate. I'm in a D-Star hotel, cost 133. It never occurred to me. Moving a bird at least, move 2,000 blues for that 5 a piece. Just hit that Tri-Cities like a robbery. I'm in the 99336. That weather be hot as shit. My purse be high as shit. But the fiends so bright as shit. Then I drive to the 99352. I'ma make them bodies boost. Jumping out that rental car. But I still all buy by the rules. Moving in Eastern Washington. Had to drive through Ellensburg. Had to stop in Lake Chelan. Cause I had to sell a few birds. Tri-City bitches go for me. Cause I'm hella good with these words. And you ain't even move that way. And I know it can sound absurd. Clientele in the Tri-Cities, LA Fitness, I be moving weight. Get your head off, take it off my plate. Man, them blues got me in a mind state. I got clientele in the Tri-Cities, LA Fitness, I be moving weight. Get your head off, take it off my plate.
Get it in. Get it in. Tap in. Hit that like button. We're getting it going. Hey, get that magazine, man. Amazon.com. We make it real easy for you. You rock. What up, my brother? Glad you could make it. Let me see who else. Diggy Foster pulled up. What up, man? Salute. Salute. We had a question. Jermaine Jackson. He said, so how many times a day do you feed pups 0 to 7 months? My short answer is 2 times. I think 2 times a day for puppies is plenty. Now, if you're talking about infant babies, you know, under a month old, different things like that. Under 6 weeks old, you're gonna want to do things a little bit differently. Well, I say 5 weeks. I mean, that's a real threat. That threshold is that could be real dicey. Some people's puppies be well eaten by 6 weeks, and some people's puppies, that's the first time they're really getting introduced to food at 6 weeks. If it's been working for you, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Although I like to get my pups eating at 3.5 weeks. That's just my thing, right? I've had better success. I've had fatter puppies. I've had, less casualties, when I do it a certain way, right? I'm not just reading out of a book, or I would rather not to. I'd rather just have all experience knowledge only, only allowed, right? So I say 2 times a day, man. When they about 6 weeks old, if you got 6 weeks old puppies in the pen and you let them eat as much as they can eat in one sitting, once they walk away from the bowl, they're pretty much done. You eat them, feed them on an empty stomach. They should be hungry, eager to eat. They shouldn't be over thirsty. I think dogs should never be over thirsty, right? I don't think that's the way to do it, because then they're gonna just try to overhydrate themselves, and they're probably not gonna be able to get as much food as they really need. So just on a regular dog that's not thirsty, you let that dog eat as much as it can eat. And if you do that in the morning time and you do that, repeat that same process at night, that puppy is going to be growing good. It's going to have plenty excess fat, and they need fat for brain health. A lot of things that you need fat. You just can't be in keep all the time, treading on thin ice, eating, one kibble over the amount you're supposed to get. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna have to break some rules when it comes to feeding the dogs, because as bad as we want them to look like they're in show all the time, it's good to have extra weight on them, for certain measurements, certain things, especially if you're not like a professional at bouncing dogs back and doing different things, because treading on that thin ice like that, like I always say, is not it's not where you want to be treading. So two times a day, final answer. For those young guys. Even even when they get older, man, the once a day is cool. The once a day is cool. I don't really promote that publicly like that, but they frown upon you. Your tree huggers and stuff. They hear that your dog only ate once a day, because their dogs are eating 2 or 3 times a day. Their dogs are eating, as many times as we eat a day, or you know what I'm saying? So just gotta be aware of that, man. They're gonna try to frown upon you if you say you feed your dog once a day. So, pups, young pups, and if you're really doing some maintenance on this dog, you want this dog to be looking good and healthy and, what I'm saying, strong muscles, the muscle growth, bone density, maximum bone density. If you're trying to achieve those type of things, and you're going to have to feed your dog, man. That shit don't come off of starving your dog. It don't. I know we want to make it look like we're working the dog, and the dog looks like it's working and shit. Sometimes you got a dog skinny and you take a picture of him and he looks good. The dog looks good, but that's not from work, man. That's not from 6 to 8 weeks of work. That's from 6 to 8 weeks of treading the fence, trying to feed the dog barely enough. He's not he's not going to pan out right. He's not going to grow the strength in his teeth, strengthen his bones, strength. It's a lot of things that you got to strengthen up, and you're not going to be on 10 if your owner has been cutting corners. You dig? Game room. We had to get it in. We had to get it in today. Let me get back to that one topic we were talking about, the psychotic dogs. Patience is a key. How much time, how much patience do you got? So you're gonna have to have tools, breaking sticks. I could see a breeding stand. Maybe some extra help. If that male's too crazy, I don't want him to be doing too much. I don't want him to be me walking him around so he can get all riled up. I'm gonna try to keep him in the least riled up type of environment that I can. If the female's in heat and she's letting off her pheromones, and you know what I'm saying, if she's doing all of that, then I will rub her down with a towel or something and rub it on him. See if he responds to it, right? See if he responds to it. This is just, I guess, if you're on the go and you just got to get the breeding done, right? Hopefully this stud that you're breeding to is already kind of preconditioned to this breeding process, to this stuff, rather if he's had a litter before, or maybe he's bred a couple times before, maybe it didn't take. But it's always good to get those dogs preconditioned, especially if you want that dog to be your stud. Like, he's going to have to figure this thing out, especially if you want to be on like a major level. You want to be a providing reliable kennel. If somebody wants to breed to your dog and you don't even know how to get the dog bred, somebody waste their money sending the dog over there. And yeah, you could get an AI, but a lot of times people I don't want that. I don't want to send my dog and pay $650 for my dog to travel to you just so you could tell me that we got to get an AI, because a part of my portfolio requires a picture of those dogs stuck, right? In a perfect world, that's what I want, right? I want to breed the dog. I want to at least have a little bit of proof so I can keep with me. And it lets me know that, those dogs were actually stuck together. So the art of being able to do that is critical. The art of being able to breed those dogs, through tough situations, different things. Sometimes I think we just start off on the wrong foot, and you piss the male off, or the female's pissed off or something, and then it's like all communication is just done, right? But knowing how the AI is a tool, right? I'm not going to advise anybody to make money off of doing it, and different thing. They'll probably try to say I'm a bad guy for mentioning it. You know what I'm saying? But if you know how to AI, you're valuable to certain circles and certain people. if that's something that you know how to do, and you don't have a problem doing it, and you're getting the job done. Your percentage rating, everything is good. Right. So get the dog bread. More than one way to skin a cat. That dog, he's running his ass. He's doing all this shit. I had one that he wouldn't want to breed. He didn't want to breed. Motherfucker was just hardcore. He did not want to breed. Well, guess what we did? We put his ass on a treadmill for 30 minutes. Get your little hyper fighting ass on this goddamn treadmill for 30 fucking minutes. Okay? It's not as a punishment. It's out of taking away his anger, taking away some of that frustration. And yeah, we know you didn't try it. I know. That's why you come here. Other channels don't tell you to do that. Okay? Because they don't do that. They just get up on here and talk about a bunch of shit that they don't do. Right? So, learn from experience. Getting in there, every failed breeding is teaching you more. Obviously it was enough failed breedings that I had that I wanted to get better at it. I didn't want to just say, well, fuck. I'll wait until next year and breed her. Or we'll wait till the fall. I wanted to get that breeding done now. I had plans of and a vision of what I wanted done. So I went for it. Outsmart the dog. Don't let the dog outsmart you. He said, what do you think about Embark? Can you see yourself using it as a tool for your program? Quick FC, appreciate you for pulling up, my brother. Thanks for the question. What do you think about Embark? And can you see yourself using it as a tool for your program? Yeah, I think I will be using that as a tool. I think with the amount of data and the way that technology is changing and the things that they're able to see with these type of deals, I think it could kind of give us a key knowing just what actually is in your dog. I don't know if it's going to get as silly as knowing the exact percentage, but I think knowing more about the genetics of your dog and actually seeing the genetics in real time versus, we don't never really see what your dog's genetic copy looks like. If you never see it or you never able to compare it to something else, that's a level of knowledge that you do not have. We have to admit that. Now, yeah, did old timers and shit have good times and, match dogs and made ROM lists and stuff without this type of information? Of course. Some of them, yeah, of course, but knowledge is power. It doesn't stop just when it's about dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, the more knowledge you have is power. So knowing your bloodline, knowing your things, different things like that, that Embark, there might be something that, or a different trait or some type of DNA strand that you really don't want. You don't want too many copies of that popping up. So that Embark, just hypothetically speaking, I'm not factual about anything, but I think that if we're able to abstract that type of information, it would be advantageous to our judicious progress. You dig? Hey, man. Hey. Hey. We men with the super chat. $2 holla. Appreciate you, my brother.
I never knew that I would do numbers like this. I make a move. I'm tryna win. Ain't tryna lose. I'm tryna win. Ain't tryna lose.
Hey, appreciate you, my brother. You know, it's a marathon. You know, we marathoning it out. Every dollar counts, man. Believe that. Every dollar counts. We're trying to make something out of this YouTube channel. My worst fear is to do everything in vain and, you know, not get nothing out of it, bro. That's not, I didn't come for that. So appreciate all the support. We're going to keep building. There's more things that we're trying to anchor in and bring it to you, you know, so that, yeah, if you pick this team, you know, you definitely got on a winning squad that's going somewhere, you know. That's what's up, man. Appreciate it. Hey, man. I was I'll wait. I'll wait. I'm gonna wait till the weekend, man. I'm gonna wait till the weekend for that. You know. You know. What the helly game room. We've been getting it in. Wayne, you know, he been ready to give it to y'all. So we've been just letting them go, turning them loose. Just to get it in. A little slot. We got some new stuff coming, man. Just be patient. Be patient. I let them steal the swag. Now we're about to just come with everything brand new. Everything's gonna be brand new. This is gonna be that next trip to the top. It's my vision. No. My vision right there.
Hey, you looking for some cardio? Knock them coins at you like you Mario. Pull up on a jet ski, shoot at your party boat. I'm a gangster, I do shit you probably won't. Look, I do shit you probably can't. For real. Get you whack when I'm out of state. When I'm OT. Blood in the seat, they indicate. Finish them off with a 38. Bang. I'm not playing with them. Put some bullets in them. Tried to run, left some bullets in his denim. Damn. Yeah. I told him, please don't play with him. If I catch you riding with your homie, you'll get sprayed with him. Ski mask on, but I don't ski. Use it for drills and doing robberies. Another body found on Halloween. Don't argue with me, cause you'll get popped for what I believe. It feel like forever I've been doing dirt. Yeah, drop his top like he in a vert. And when them bullets hit you, nigga, it'll probably hurt. I'm at these niggas next, Charlie Kirk. Bang. I'm not playing with them, put some bullets in them. Tried to run, left some bullets in his denim. Damn. Yeah, I told him, please don't play with him. If I catch you riding with your homie, you'll get sprayed with him. Bang. I'm not playing with him, put some bullets in him. Tried to run, left some bullets in his denim. Damn. Yeah, I told him, please don't play with him. If I catch you riding with your homie, you'll get sprayed with him. You'll get sprayed with him. You'll get sprayed with him.
Yeah. That part, man. That part. Where we at? Attack of the Grifters. You know, we're going to be shredding them up. Going to be shredding them. Small time. What up, brother? Yeah, you a little late. Unless y'all got some questions. If y'all want to call in, we can get it popping. What's the questions? Uh-oh. 4 on the clock. Oh. I'm going to be making an announcement real soon about that. It's either going to be a drop or you know, it's going to be something else in place of it. I'm going to make an announcement real soon. Probably this weekend. I know exactly what's up. I know exactly what's up, man. Tap in, though. Tap in. Especially if you got studs, different things, placement in the magazine. I need referrals, though. I got to know that people are stand-up individuals, because it's nothing like putting somebody, trying to promote somebody in a magazine, and then somebody call them and then they be on some fuck shit. You know, I cannot do that part right there. It's something, you know, that I definitely need to calculate more. But you know what I'm saying? It's gotta be, and that's what it is now. Like, anybody in there, anybody that's got some studs or, you know, whatever, they're solid individuals. I vetted them out properly. And that's why we kind of keeping it close knit, because at the end of the day, we're providing a service, and we just can't have people that, you know, you advertising litters, but you got fucked up litters where your dogs is all fucked up, and you know what I'm saying, they ain't never healthy. Everybody's complaining, and you know you're not answering the phone and all. You know, we're just not gonna build anything significant off of that, man. Straight up. Insane. What up, brother? Salute, man. Hey, get that like. Get that like. He said he's seen the other community talking about embarking the pros and cons. What's some of the pros and cons? You know, I know they stay away from inbreeding and stuff. You know, I mean, you could, you know, I know with the bullies, with the embark, they could really tell what kind of genetic codes for different colors and stuff that they were using. Like when they had the Merles, you know, you want to make sure it don't have a Merle gene, or you making sure, you know, different things. But I'm curious to know how that would actually work, you know, when it comes to function of the dog, or, you know, the form of the dog, you know. That'd be very interesting. But, you know, like anything else, we're going to digest it, see what it is. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of this new stuff, I ain't really bought in, because I'm not just a guy that just believes anything right off the muscle. You know, like, I really want to dig deep and see, you know. It's not like I'm doubting what you're saying, but um, I just want to see, bro. I just want to see. Yes, sir. Hey, man, get that magazine. Get that volume 3. I still got that volume 1, that the first joint. We got about well, we you know, it's reloaded now, but if you did just so happen to want some of the first magazines, I think I have about, I might got about 170 left. So that one right there will never be printed again. That one will never be printed again. So tap in with that. Volume 2, I'm not sure if I'll print that again. I still got like, I'm probably sitting on more than like 300 of those left. I might not print it just exactly like that. I might not print that up again. I might not. Reloaded, volume 1 reloaded is dope. Go check it out. Volume 3, dope. Check them both out. They're both on Amazon. You can go there. It's real easy. Check it out. You know, things of that nature. Let me see. Embark will give the traits for body structure, coat traits, ancestry, health, depending on the kid. Okay, I got you. Okay. Appreciate that, DNH Ranch. Appreciate that info. Yeah, I figured it at least did that, like the coat, different things, because, you know, with the bullies, you know, they want to know what color coat that is. And their health, because if you're getting a lot of bad traits with health, that might be interesting to know. Because let's be honest, some dogs, you know, you wonder why, or even historically, let's just hypothetically speaking, historically, and there was a line of dogs, and basically that's all we judging it off is if the dog had ability, if the dog was game, if the dog, you know, all these characteristics, but actual skill from a short distance period of time, you know, there could have been dogs that were extremely skilled, but did not perform long enough to be notable. And who knows, maybe that was due to health issues, underlining, you know, health issues that you didn't know about. And if there may be a way to scan the dogs to know if they carry those copies of, those bad genetics. You might have a dog and they'll tell you that your dog is infested with bad DNA. I think that'll change the game a lot. It'll change the game a lot. I don't know if it'll be for the good or for the bad, or it would be curious to know if it's I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because like if those dogs were good and it said that they were bad, and then the dogs that were trash, they said that they were good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that would be something that I had to question the reliability of it, right? I guess might not be so reliable information after all if the results didn't match, what we're actually seeing without using the test. So, hey man, I think it'll definitely be good for the community to get into. It'll definitely help you learn a little bit more about DNA. And if everybody knows more about it, we can all teach each other about it. And, you know what I'm saying? It could be a normal thing, So that's cool, man. Oh, he said it give you COI too. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So H. Lee chopping it up about some COI. It's good to see these conversations is being had, because that's ultimately gonna make everybody just a little bit sharper when it comes to just knowing shit in general. Mike Dan, what up, man? Mike Dan. Y'all pulling up, man. I'm pulling out. Y'all pulling up. What's up? Yes, sir. Hey, man, everybody get it in, man. Yeah. 8:06 over here, man. I don't know what time it is, wherever y'all at. Somebody, it's 11 something somewhere in the United States. You dig? Get it in, man. Get them dogs in. I think the weather might be heating up a little bit. Hopefully, you guys got through most of the freeze. He said 11 NC. What's that? What's that? Dorian's house. What up, my brother? Oh, he said a little above freezing. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna get through it. I guess we got 6 more weeks of spring. I mean, a winter. Hopefully we can get out of this. I'm gonna try to do something, man. I gotta get in these elements, man. I feel like, I'm just trying to cur out, just trying to be inside too much and not really going out here, in these elements, getting, what I'm saying, getting that fresh air, getting that good exercise out there, you know what I'm saying? So for these next 6 weeks, I know it's gonna be good when it's warm. Everybody gonna be outside, but these next 6 weeks, man, I'm gonna try to get up out here and feel some of these elements, man. Feel some of this rain. Feel, you know what I'm saying? Get back to the elements. That's when I feel my best. I'm out here in these elements. I'm shit. I gotta deal with it. Like we try to make life easy for us, but I mean, come on, bro. You can't make the shit that easy, bro. It don't matter how much money you get or what you try to do. You know, you still gotta have that edge. That edge, man. You gotta be grounded. That crispy air. You know? Detro 7. You said, what's going on? Nah, we just cooling, man. We had a good show. You probably had to go back and rewind. I don't know how much longer I'm going to drag this one out. But appreciate you for pulling up, brother. Smash that like button. Tap in with us. Or somebody feel froggish, man, call in, man. That's what you could do. Call in. Let's have a quick conversation before I get out of here. I gotta fill up my water up, you know what I'm saying? Get some lemon, bust a lemon and squeeze it in my ice water.
Drop fast, move too flip too fast. Ain't no such thing too fast.
Drop too fast, move too fast, live too fast. Ain't no such thing as too fast.
Money's always on my mind, so I'ma get it. And if it makes sense, then you know I'm down with it. Cause people say I drive too fast, move too fast, live too fast. Ain't no such thing as too fast. I got it coming in like Usain Bolt. You want that dope? You gon' get what you pay for. Telling me I move fast, but I think you move slow. Time waits for no man. Gotta get that new dough. Just dropped off the last batch. I got a new loaf. Had to double back cause he called and needed 2 more. Maybe I be driving too fast for that guap. It's coming in too fast. I pray it don't stop. Cause I was on the bottom, gotta climb to the top. Used to rock hand-me-downs, now I'm handy on the block. I came up off the rock like Sean. I'm a whole lobster, y'all prawns. You fucking with a king, y'all ponds. And for that 25, you get that Barry Bonds. Cause people say I drive too fast, yeah, too fast, live too fast. Ain't no such thing as too fast. Money's always on my mind, so I'ma get it. And if it makes sense, then you know I'm down with it. Cause people say I drive too fast, move too fast, live too fast. Ain't no such thing as too fast. I got it coming in like Usain Bolt. You want that dope? You gon' get what you pay for. Yeah, move, bitch. Get up out my way like Luda. Carpool lane by myself for the Gouda. One twitch, you could get black by a shooter. Real fast, come up in your house like an intruder. Drive 110 in the 60. Hand over that money first, you ain't about to jit me. Gotta keep that blick on my lap cause it get tricky. Keep both eyes open in these streets cause it get iffy. I need them blue avatars. Nigga, what you travel for? I was moving fast, trapping in that travel lodge. Or that days in, waiting till them days in. I'm blessed I made it this far, this shit's amazing. But people say I drive too fast, move too fast, live too fast. Ain't no such thing as too fast. Money's always on my mind, so I'ma get it. And if it makes sense, then you know I'm down with it. Cause people say I drive too fast, move too fast, live too fast. Ain't no such thing as too fast. I got it coming in like Usain Bolt. You want that dope? You gon' get what you pay for. Yeah.
Drop too fast, move too fast, live too fast. Ain't no such thing as too fast.
Drop fast, move too flip too fast. Ain't no such thing too fast.
Yep. I ain't heard that one in a minute. DGK, what up, brother? Volume 1, okay, I got you. So it needs to be a 4 right there. I got you. It needs to be a 4 right there. Damn it. I need a cover. Somebody got to have that dope ass cover. I need a cover for sure. Anyway, tap in, man. Let me go get my little 3-year-old, man. He's wilding. He's wilding. So we'll tap in, man. I don't know when, but set them notifications, man, so we can get it in. You dig? See you on the next one. What the hell, Buck City? We out.